Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Well, we're in the Christmas season, so guess what? I'm making Christmas cake. We also call it black cake or rum cake. Now, for this, I'll be using 450 grams of sugar. I'll also be using the same 450 grams of butter. This is gonna take 8 eggs, 450 grams of all-purpose flour. I'm using that also. 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I'm also going to be using my blended fruits, rose water, almond essence, browning, and my vanilla concentrate, not the vanilla flavoring. And of course, we can't leave out the red label wine. Neither can we leave out the white rum. I'm using 1 whole nutmeg, if I didn't mention that. No, I'm using the rind of a lime and also the juice. So let's get started. And to start, I will be creaming my butter first. Now guys, at this stage I'm adding my sugar because my butter was creamed enough for me to do so. I'm going to mix these until it gets fluffy, and that's the time I want to add my flour. is after you've added all your eggs, that's the time when you need to add your lime juice. And then it's time to add the flour. Now my butter and my eggs are nicely creamed. I love how this looks. This is exactly how I want it. So I am going to be adding this to a bigger container so I can continue easily. So now I'm adding my dry ingredients, and I had gone ahead and sieved my flour, baking powder, cinnamon and nutmeg together. This helps to make the batter nice and fluffy. So I'm just gonna fold this in, and I'll be gradually adding my blended fruits as well. This already smells so good. Let me add a little more flour. Then I'll fold this in. Baking normally takes a little time, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. Now I'm adding some of the fruits. And at this point, I am going to also add my browning. Now, some people like their cakes to be darker than some. I like mine to be very dark. So that's how I add my browning. You can use the amount that you think you need to add based on the color that you need it to be. But at the end of the day, if it's black cake, then it really needs to be dark, right? guys, I've added 2 teaspoons of almond essence, and also adding 2 teaspoons of rose water. If you choose to, you can add more because this tends to give the cake a very nice flavor. Now I'm going to be adding my vanilla, and I'm adding the same 2 teaspoons of vanilla as I did with the other ingredients. Now I'm using the concentrate as I showed you before. You can use the vanilla flavoring if you can't get a concentrate, but the concentrate to me has a much better flavor than the regular vanilla flavoring. It's richer, much nicer to use. Now I'm pouring in my white rum, and this is also the part of, or should I say another part of making this batter that I love, because as soon as I pour in the rum, you get this burst of flavor that is so great. Next, I want to add my red label wine. Now guys, at this point you want to make sure that your oven is being preheated at 350 degrees, right? You should also have a bath water in your oven because that helps to control the temperature. You don't want your cake to be drying out, so that's a recommended thing for you to do. If it's your first time to my channel, thanks for coming, thanks for watching. I hope you like this video. Please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Right? Now I'm going to pour my batter into my tin that I have greased and lined with grease paper. This smells great. This is such a satisfying experience. I'm gonna bake this for about 45 minutes. Then I'm gonna test it with my toothpick. And guys, you know, once the toothpick comes out clean, then you know that your cake is ready, right? Now my cake is ready, and I am going to let my cake cool down. But before I do so, I want to make sure that I spray this with my wine and white rum mixture that I have prepared. This is always supposed to be done when the cake is hot. Now, after I do this, I'm gonna also cover this and let it stay for a few hours, and then I'll cut into it. Right, guys? Now guys, I have made a little wine sauce to go with my cake, so I'm going to be garnishing my dish with this and also my cake. Now guys, this smells so good. Well, that's actually an understatement, and I'm sure it tastes even greater than how it smells. Enjoy this video, please, and don't forget to try this recipe.